All right, let's dive into a really powerful story today. We're going to look at how a simple promise, just 4 words, no one gets left behind, and some free training camps in Auckland kicked off a whole global movement. It's a story about tools, sure, but it's really about what happens when a community gets the power to change itself.
So just think about that for a second. I mean, really think about it. If the opportunity was right there in front of you, would you take it? It's one thing to say you want to change, but it's a whole different ballgame to actually step up and do the work when the chance arrives.
Okay, so first up, the founding mission. Our story kicks off back in 2006. The founder, Doug Healey, he looked around and saw people in his own community who were really struggling with their health, feeling, isolated, like they'd been forgotten. So he decided to do something, to create something new. Not a business, but a community. And he called it the Influence Crew.
And this was it. This was their whole mission statement. Not some long, drawn-out corporate memo, just a simple, powerful promise. No one gets left behind. And that meant everything. It meant your fitness level, your health, where you came from, none of that mattered. If you just showed up, you were in. You were part of the crew. Simple as that.
All right, Section 2, Tools for Transformation.
So what were these tools they were handing out? Well, it was straightforward. Free training camps. But, and this is the key, this wasn't about churning out super athletes. The whole focus was on people dealing with obesity, chronic illness, and other serious health challenges. The goal wasn't a six-pack, It was about rebuilding that confidence that gets chipped away when you're sick. And this thing didn't launch with some huge press conference. Nah, it started super local, right there on the ground in Auckland and South Auckland. The idea was to make a real difference for their actual neighbors. This right here, this gets to the absolute heart of it. The exercise was the vehicle, but it was never the destination. See, when people started pushing past physical limits they thought were impossible, they started to question their mental limits too. The real goal was always about rebuilding that core of self-belief. Okay, on to part 3, the ripple effect. Looking back on it, the formula seems so simple. Step 1, offer a practical tool, these free camps. Step 2, use that tool to fuel the real mission, which was rebuilding community confidence. And step 3, well, once that confidence really took root, the impact just exploded in ways nobody could have seen coming. And the results, they were incredible. We're talking about people who, at the start, struggled just to jog around a park. Now, they were crossing the finish lines of international marathons. These weren't just physical transformations. People's entire identities were shifting. Whole communities started to believe in what they could do again. All right, let's wrap this up. Section 4, the takeaway. And this is maybe the most important lesson in all of this. The Influence Crew didn't just hand out change like a gift. No, they handed out tools. It was the community itself, the people, who picked up those tools and decided to build a new future for themselves. The power was always theirs. They just needed something to get them started. So yeah, we end up right back where we started. But now it's different, isn't it? We've seen what can happen when a simple tool gets into the right hands. The question isn't just a theory anymore. It's for you. If you were given the right tools, what would you have the courage to build?